Okay, thank you very much for coming here. Actually, the subject of my presentation will be a bit different of what you can read in the book. When I started to prepare it, I thought about how Israel business can make use of Singapore and Singapore companies, and even wider, how to expand Israeli business globally. Why did I think about that? Because as for my belief, Israel economy has a very good potential for global growth. All we would like to know about it is intellectual, technological, modern economy, which has with industries which lead wealth, research and development, and can be expanded globally. However, in most cases, the potential remains locked. We can just imagine the reasons why this happens. Maybe that's because the tax system is too far from perfection and businesses just don't have enough resources for global expansion. Or maybe it's because Israel products are more difficult to get mass customer at remote markets. Maybe it is also because of unfriendly neighbors of Israel. But the problem exists and it should be solved. And how the businesses normally resolve this problem? They use foreign incorporated company to enter external markets. And the most popular are classic offshore jurisdiction and Cyprus companies. For classic offshore, there are few obvious advantages. No profit tax, fixed budget, and closed information on directors and shareholders. But under current circumstances, there are also a lot of disadvantages of using classic offshore companies. Low business reputation, withholding tax on payment for services, is not subject to double tax treaties, and some other disadvantages make use of classic offshore only very disadvantages for Israeli businesses. What about Cyprus? Cyprus has a reasonable taxation, also closed register of beneficiaries, and no withholding tax on dividends, interest and royalties paid from Cyprus, tax-exempt income from foreign securities, generally much more advantages than classical offshore. The disadvantages of using Cyprus companies are also very known. Business reputation of Cyprus is higher than of classical offshore jurisdictions, but it's still not good enough. When we sell goods and services to European residents, our sales could be subject to VAT. Annual audit is compulsory, and it makes maintenance of Cyprus companies more expensive. Details of directors and shareholders are available to public, and despite the fact that Cyprus is a European Union country and uses euro as its currency, it is still regarded as tax haven. For Israel, there is additional disadvantage. There is no double taxation treaty between Israel and Cyprus. And as a result, a very low potential for global growth. So as we can see, both these kinds of companies, classical offshore and Cyprus companies, they don't resolve the problem of global expansion of Israel business. And we would like to draw your attention to another instrument which would support global expansion of Israeli companies. It's Singapore. What Singapore can offer to businessmen from all over the world, including Israel. AAA credit rating, the highest business reputation. This is also #1 doing business country, and one of the top 5 global financial centers. Additional advantages are that all the laws are written in English, and irrespective of religious and ethnic origin, all the products are treated equally, thanks to the policy of racial harmony. Also, legislation is favorable for business and investments, with 85 double taxation treaties, including double taxation treaty with Israel. Singapore companies are also provide a number of advantages. They are easy to start, require minimum paid up capital of at least $1 Singapore. They are easy to maintain. They can be regarded as tax resident and can use double taxation treaties. And also, they may be tax exempt. When we are talking about advantages of tax system of Singapore, there is a number which can be used by foreign businessmen, including businessmen from Israel. First of all, foreign income is tax exempt. It is subject to certain terms and conditions, one of which is doing business outside of the country. There is no withholding tax on purchase of overseas services. So we can, Singapore company can outsource services from other countries, including Israel, and save on taxes. There is no capital gain tax and tax on distribution of dividends. Also, the common rule is that practically all expenses are deductible, and for qualifying for few industries, special tax regimes are available. The basic corporate income tax rate is 17%, but new companies, they enjoy a partial exemption of profit, which is up to 20,000 Singapore dollar during the first 3 years of existence, and after 3 years the taxable income could be around half of the first 300,000 Singapore dollar of taxable income could be exempt from taxes. But what is more important, 400% of expenditures for certain productivity and innovation items could be deducted from the profit. These activities are acquisition and leasing of IT, training of employees, acquisition and licensing of intellectual property rights, registration of patents, trademarks, designed and planned varieties, research and development activities, and design project approved by Design Singapore Council. There are therefore 6 activities which lie under productivity and innovation credit scheme. Up to 600,000 Singapore dollar of relevant expenses per activity could be deducted within 1 year. This gives us up to 3.6 million Singapore dollar in one financial years of PIC deductions, and additionally up to 10.8 million could be claimed as expenses. That means that up to 10.8 million of Singapore dollar could be additionally exempted from tax each year. And this is very beneficial for technology startup, and technology startups from all the countries could enjoy these benefits, including startups from Israel. So the development of idea to IPO could be easily done via Singapore company. And the other industries where use of Singapore company could be beneficial for Israel businessmen is manufacturing of goods and services, especially in high technology sectors, international logistics, and global investments or holding of global assets. The cooperation between Singapore and Israel started 50 years ago when experts from Israel helped Singapore armed force helped Singapore to raise their armed force, and currently it's time to repay this debt, and Singapore can assist with global expansion of Israeli businesses. With Singapore company, businessmen get the highest business reputation global recognition of goods and services, and also favorable taxation. Our company is based in Singapore and is ready to assist with all the questions related to set up a structure which will solve or which will assist in achieving goal of global growth. We can to create effective corporate solution for any project, to implement the solution, to form Singapore companies, to maintain them, and to answer all your questions on business and life in Singapore. So welcome to Singapore, and if you have any questions, you can ask them here or during the coffee break after everything is finished. Thank you very much for your attention.